Carlos here. Today we're going to be talking about two highly detailed parkour games. Which one is better than the other though? As you probably saw in the intro, we're going to be discussing the scores from 1 to 10 in 3 categories. The map, the performance, and most major, the parkour. This might be a excellent category, so take this with a grain of salt. Without further ado, let's get straight to the discussion. From what we can see, this game has crazy parkour. You can even get speed off the ground. Just look at this. Yeah, this game doesn't let you lose speed easily, and that's the fantasy of it. If you can understand the parkour, you can fly at high speeds. Don't worry about bumping into a wall too, because this game doesn't need all of it. That wasn't the full potential too. I'll begin with a solid 9 out of 10 enjoyment and 6 out of 10 balance. Next, the performance. It's not too shabby. You can manage with that as long as your PC isn't relying on a potato. Other than that, it works like it's competitive. The memory usage is alright too, just enough to not crash people using the peaceful Roblox edition. This gets a 7 out of 10 balance. I also forgot to mention that the enjoyment only be not in the performance section. The map is alright. I still can't find that one time travel 2 places, so it's a highly discrete location. Can't really get the hang of it. The buildings are cool and maneuverable, but I can't recognize the map easily. This gets an 8 out of 10 enjoyment and 4 out of 10 recognizability. The game is great and enjoyable, don't get me wrong. It's just that I find some moderate flaws in it. Now, moving on to its competitor. This game wins by a long mile, because almost all the things addressed in it execute really well. But who am I to say that it doesn't have flaws? Let's get into it. The parkour is probably the one with the most recognizable expectations. It's simple, great, utilizable, and the gears carry on some of the game's mechanics. You can see one of the guys being played in the background right now. This gets a solid 10 out of 10 enjoyment and 8 out of 10 balance. In my opinion, by the way. The performance is not the best vibe. In case you're not catch up with the schedule, console has been able to access the game for over 8 to 9 months. This is a long amount of time. Also, memory usage is just abysmal. It can go up to 6 gigabytes or higher. Self-explanatory, 1 out of 10 balance. Barely accessible and only one device feasible for playing. The art fix is the next step to do, so consider this outdated pretty soon. The map is actually pretty good. A lot of the buildings are unique. A prime example would be the Solar Time Trap building or the Spawn Sigboard building. There's an entire blueprint. This gains a nice 8 out of 10 enjoyment and 8 out of 10 recognizability. Expect it really. With all the scores gathered, the win spot goes to Parkour Reborn. This was a pretty unfair comparison, considering that Freeflow is still in the pre-alpha phase, meaning there's still a lot of bugs and flaws the game has. But I will say, both games are great and recommended to play. Don't you say this one's good and that one's bad, blah blah blah. I do dive more into the Parkour Reborn pros and cons, so if you haven't, go watch the video on my channel and come back here. Now, moving on to what Freeflow can improve. This game is in its pre-alpha phase, so I will only miss the most major ones. First off, I think the map could be spaced out so that the areas can look like mini districts, which makes finding time trials a piece of cake. Just like how Adrenaline does it. It'd be at least nice to have something like this. Next, you saw this one coming, Gears. The pinnacle of a parkour game since you have so much play styles and free run variations. Lastly, more cool interiors simply makes the game a lot more unique from the others. I don't have much to say about this one. And that's all I can say about what Freeflow can improve. The rest will be up to them. To dump on the indie developers, your game is awesome and no one will bring you down. Thanks. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing if you want to see a more detailed video like these. I'll see you in the next one. Sorry this felt a bit rushed.